The American South gets stereotyped way too much. But these 10 cities, they're so stunning, they don't even feel real. We're talking 300-year-old oaks adorned with Spanish moss, pastel houses lining cobblestone streets, and mountains that frame your morning coffee. From coastal towns frozen in the 1700s to mountain resorts where nature literally surrounds you, these southern cities showcase beauty like no other. Not only that, they are full of adventure, and some are the perfect spot for your favorite foodie. Honestly, after seeing these, you'll get why people never leave. Number 10. Charleston, South Carolina. Let's start with Charleston, a city that just gets it right. Between the pastel perfect homes on Rainbow Row and the kind of low country comfort food that makes you rethink your life choices, it's no surprise this place tops national best city lists year after year. The magic really hits you in the historic downtown. Yes, the carriage rides look touristy, but in Charleston, they somehow feel exactly right. You'll roll past the old Slave Mart Museum, the Battery, and those iconic, colorful houses, and don't skip Fort Sumter, where the first shots of the Civil War were fired. It's surreal standing in the spot where history literally shifted. Charleston also surprises people with its artsy side. Galleries like Anne Long Fine Art and the City Gallery line the streets, and even the murals add a fresh twist to all the old world charm. The French Quarter and Battery blend cobblestone history with rooftop bars and a fun college town energy. And the food? Let's just say you'll be planning your next trip before dessert even hits the table. Number 9. Savannah, Georgia. Savannah feels like stepping into a southern storybook, one with moss-draped oak trees, cobblestone streets, and just enough haunted energy to keep things interesting. As Georgia's oldest city, Savannah earns its nickname, the hostess city of the South. Everywhere you go, those iconic oaks and Spanish moss create this soft, romantic atmosphere. Visit Wormslow State Historic Site, and you'll see that picture-perfect tunnel of live oaks that basically every photographer falls in love with. Then there's River Street, where cobblestones meet waterfront views that never get old. Craving sand and salt air? Tybee Island is just 20 minutes away, giving you a laid-back Atlantic beach escape without the big city chaos. Savannah is overflowing with things to do. Strolling shaded squares, diving into low-country cooking, exploring historic homes, or jumping on a ghost tour if you're brave. Like it or not, this city has a way of winning you over. Number 8. Asheville, North Carolina. Sitting right up against the Blue Ridge Mountains, Asheville is that artsy, free-spirited city everyone forgets about, and honestly, that's part of the charm. It's smaller than Charlotte or Raleigh, sure, but what it lacks in size, it makes up for in good food, good beer, and a pace of life that actually lets you breathe. The farm-to-table scene here is legit, and the craft beer culture is next level. Step outside the city, and suddenly you're surrounded by some of the best views in the South. Hike through craggy gardens, go ziplining over mountain ridges, or just take in the scenery from behind the wheel. Then there's the Biltmore Estate, America's largest private home. It looks like someone lifted a French chateau and dropped it into the mountains. Tour the house, wander the gardens, or hit the winery. It's all worth it. But the real star is the mountains themselves. Scenic drives like the Forest Heritage Byway and the Cherahalla Skyway give you views you'll think about long after you leave. Number 7. New Orleans, Louisiana. New Orleans is easily one of the most iconic cities in America, a place where culture, history, and a whole lot of personality collide in the best way possible. It's packed with colorful neighborhoods, incredible food, world-class music, and a nightlife scene that honestly feels like its own universe. The French Quarter is the heartbeat of it all. And yes, you absolutely have to go. Bourbon Street is wild, loud, chaotic, and somehow still charming. But if you want something more soulful than rowdy, head to Preservation Hall for an intimate jazz show. Just grab tickets early. They sell out constantly. As you wander around, stop by St. Louis Cathedral, explore City Park, and check out the French Market for local crafts and food stalls. The architecture alone is worth the trip. Creole cottages, Spanish balconies, and ironwork so detailed, you'll want to take 100 photos. And eventually, the hunger hits. When it does, get yourself to Mother's for a legendary po' boy. The 30 special is messy, massive, and absolutely worth it. New Orleans blends French, Spanish, Italian, African, and Irish influences into a city unlike anywhere else. Number 6. Charlotte, North Carolina. Right on the border between North and South Carolina, Charlotte brings this cool blend of modern style and classic southern warmth. They call it the Queen City, and honestly, it wears the crown well. Sleek skyscrapers rise above leafy neighborhoods, catching that Carolina sunlight in a way that makes the whole skyline glow. But what really sets Charlotte apart is its nickname, the city in a forest. Giant oaks, maples, and dogwoods stretch across the neighborhoods, giving the city a surprisingly peaceful, shaded feel. When it comes to things to do, this city doesn't miss. Carowinds is home to Fury 325, one of the top roller coasters on the planet. Pure adrenaline. Prefer something calmer? The Daniel Stowe Botanical Garden is a floral paradise with open meadows and colorful blooms. You've also got Freedom Park for lakeside strolls and the Little Sugar Creek Greenway for long, scenic walks or bike rides. Number 5. Nashville, Tennessee. Nashville might be called Music City, but it's so much more than country songs and neon honky-tonks. Founded back in 1779 as Fort Nashboro, this place grew from a river port into a blooming cultural hub, and its beauty is seriously underrated. The first thing you notice is the landscape. Soft, rolling hills wrap around the city, blazing with color in the fall and turning bright green every spring. The Cumberland River winds through downtown, giving all that urban energy a calm, reflective backdrop. Every neighborhood brings its own vibe. East Nashville has murals and indie flair. Germantown blends old brick charm with modern spots, and 12 South feels like a stylish tree-lined postcard. And yes, there's a full-scale Parthenon in Centennial Park, because Nashville likes to keep things interesting. Downtown is pure electricity. Broadway glows at night with neon lights, live music drifting from every doorway, and rooftop bars buzzing with people. Wander a few blocks away, and you'll find quiet cobblestones and peaceful riverfront paths that feel like a totally different city. What really makes Nashville beautiful is the atmosphere. The music, the warmth, and the unmistakable southern energy that hits you the second you arrive. If you're enjoying this video, do me a huge favor real quick. Hit that subscribe button and smash the notification bell so you never miss videos like this. We're constantly exploring cities everyone else just drives past, finding beauty hiding in plain sight across America. Alright, let's finish this countdown with some absolute stunners. Number 4. San Antonio, Texas. San Antonio is one of the oldest cities in the country, and you can feel that history the second you arrive. Spanish architecture is everywhere, warm, colorful, and honestly gorgeous. The best place to soak it all in is the famous Riverwalk, where cafes and boutique hotels spill right onto the waterfront under shady trees. It feels like its own little world. In the heart of downtown, the Alamo stands as the iconic symbol of Texas independence. Standing there, it's hard not to picture the 1836 battle that helped shape the state's identity. And if you want even more history, the San Antonio Missions National Historical Park has the most extensive collection of Spanish colonial missions in North America. Architecture lovers will want to explore the King William Historic District too, a mix of Greek Revival, Victorian, and Italianate homes from San Antonio's old German neighborhood. The San Fernando Cathedral and the San Antonio Botanical Garden add even more beauty to the mix. But the Riverwalk is the real star. Wander it at lunchtime or before dinner, and you'll find endless places to eat, shop, and just enjoy the water. Number 3. Beaufort, South Carolina. If you imagine the perfect southern coastal town, it would look a lot like Beaufort. This South Carolina gem has those dreamy waterfront views, 18th century mansions, and a kind of quiet beauty that feels almost unreal. Beaufort isn't just pretty. It has an atmosphere you can actually feel. Tucked into the low country's shimmering waterways, the whole place moves at a slow, calming rhythm. Ancient live oaks draped in long Spanish moss hang over peaceful streets lined with perfectly preserved antebellum homes, some dating back to the 1700s and 1800s. Walking around honestly feels like flipping through a living postcard. The landscape is pure poetry. Golden marshes at sunset, winding tidal creeks, and still inlets where dolphins sometimes glide by. Even the warm, salty air seems to flow more slowly here. Downtown Beaufort brings its own charm, especially at Waterfront Park. Grab one of the iconic swings and watch the river drift by. It's simple, but magical. The historic district is packed with classic architecture, boutique shops, art galleries, and cozy cafes. Number 2. Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Gatlinburg is one of the most scenic towns on this list. It sits right at the doorstep of the Great Smoky Mountains National Park, which means you're never more than a few minutes from waterfalls, dense forests, and some of the best hiking trails in the South. What started back in 1856 as a tiny mountain settlement with a post office and Radford Gatlin store is now a full-on tourist favorite. But the landscape is the real star. Drive the Roaring Fork Motor Trail, and you'll pass historic cabins and thick woods that feel frozen in time. Newfound Gap Road slices through the Smokies with non-stop, jaw-dropping overlooks. For hikers, Chimney Tops and Mount LeConte deliver those dramatic, cinematic views that make every step worth it. Take the skylift up to Crockett Mountain and walk the longest pedestrian bridge in the U.S. Sunset up there feels unreal. In town, expect classic southern eateries, moonshine tastings, cozy log cabins, and winter trips to Ober Mountain, Tennessee's only ski resort. And yes, Dollywood is just 20 minutes away. Number 1. St. Augustine, Florida. Taking the top spot is St. Augustine, America's oldest city, and honestly, one of the most beautiful. Founded in 1565 by the Spaniards, it's packed with history, from brick streets to Spanish colonial architecture and centuries-old fortresses. The city's 16th and 17th century Spanish buildings are breathtaking. And don't miss the quirky love trees, entwined trees where couples say a kiss beneath them means forever. The Castillo de San Marcos is a must-see. This 1600s fortress on the waterfront feels like stepping back in time. Climb the St. Augustine Lighthouse for unbeatable views, and wander the colonial corridor to see life as it was centuries ago. St. Augustine also has beaches, surfable waves, fine art, and waterfront cocktails. Basically something for everyone. With its historic charm, scenic streets, and timeless vibe, St. Augustine is one of those cities you don't just visit, you fall in love with. After breaking down 10 of the American South's most beautiful cities, which one are you actually booking a trip to first? Drop your answer in the comments below. If this video showed you a side of the South you didn't know existed, hit that subscribe button and smash that notification bell for more deep dives exactly like this. We're constantly exploring cities, finding beauty that everyone else overlooks, showing you the real South.